This week in East Brunswick, the Old Bridge Historic District was the focus of attention as the 5th New York Regiment assembled in full Union dress to recreate a Civil War skirmish. We'll speak with Michael Farinelli of the regiment. Later, we'll check in on new developments in the township's recycling program. We'll have the library news, including an interview with mascots of the summer reading program here at the library, and the installation of a plaque in honor of Arthur Gatarz, until his death, a technician here at Channel 8, whose memorial fund helped pay for studio renovations. East Brunswick Special Officer Mike Mansfield will be back with more tips on animal care and safety, and we'll end with Adrian Eisner and Consumer Aware. All coming up on This Week in East Brunswick. But first, here's a look at what's coming up next week on Channel 8. On Tuesday at 7, Read Aloud will feature school board member Al Burnham and Paul Smilo. At 7:30 on Tuesday and Thursday, Sports Talk with John Megliero will deal with sports chiropractic with guest Dr. Kenneth Friedman. On Spotlight in Education Wednesday evening at 7:30, Dr. Joseph Sweeney will discuss the school's writing program with its coordinator Rose Kassab. Now back to the Old Bridge Historic District for a Civil War recreation.
Fire!
Last Sunday in the Historic District of Old Bridge, the 5th New York Regiment gave lectures and demonstrations about the lives of Civil War soldiers. After camping out overnight and cooking their breakfast over a campfire, the participants ran through a manual of arms and fielded questions from the crowd. Although a skirmish had been planned between the Union and Confederate troops, it had to be canceled due to a small turnout. We spoke with Mike Farinelli.
Mike, can you tell us a little bit about the regiment that you're representing here today?
Yes, I belong to the 5th New York Volunteers. They were a regiment. They were adopted in 1861 by a gentleman called Duret. The unit eventually became known as Duret Zouaves. They adopted a French Moroccan uniform that the French had been using around 1850. And the uniform was given to units that were very proficient in drill. And the reason being that when they went onto the field and into battle, the enemy would know who they were. There would be no mistake as to what unit actually was there.
They used very distinctive movements, drill movements?
The Zouave drill was actually a little bit different from the regulations, but the United States regulations pretty much was predominant.
Right. Can you give us a little information about what you've been doing here this weekend?
Yes, okay. This weekend we've been portraying a Union soldier in camp, pretty much what the camp would look like on an overnight type situation. How he would travel, he would march anywhere between 5 and 25 miles a day, and at the end of the day he'd take out a shelter half. He would button it together with a bunk buddy, as they put it, and that's where they'd spend the night, in this little shelter half.
Do you have any Civil War era tips for keeping cool?
There's really not many. Since they used wool for durability, there was very little they could do for comfort. The uniform was very nice in a fall and winter situation, but spring and summer they just had to bear the heat.
I imagine most of the things you're using here today, including your muskets, are recreations. Are any of the things you have here today originals, Civil War era originals?
A few little things. There's like maybe an inkwell or a little box. The majority of things made today are fantastic reproductions. They are exact to specification what they were in that time. And so we figured rather than damage any original gear, since they make it so well today, we use reproduction stuff.
I see. Thanks very much, Mike.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Prepare to load by 9 times. Load. Handle, cartridge. Tear, cartridge. Charge, cartridge. Ram, cartridge. Turn rammer. Shoulder, arms. Ready. Aim. Fire. Recover, arms. Shoulder, arms.
The Civil War started an awful lot of firsts. They started that with the transportation, the first war to actually have telegraphs notifying armies hundreds of miles away, which was unheard of at the time. The first ironclads started in the Civil War, the Monitor and the Merrimac. The Confederates first started using torpedoes and mines to mine their harbors, that was a brand new thing at the time. The Civil War, they had hand grenades, actual hand grenades called catch-em hand grenades. They'd throw them. That started all that. They started trench warfare which eventually became known in World War I in the Petersburg trenches. That's where that started. And the Civil War was like actually an evolution in warfare, as a whole bunch of firsts started. And it's just really amazing to read actually what it was like and how many things happened and how many things first started. It really is amazing.
Right shoulder shift, arm. Shoulder, arm. Support, arm. Shoulder, arm. Order, arm. Ground, arms. Recover, arms. Shoulder, arms. Right about, face. Up to the ready. Aim. Fire. Recover, arms. Shoulder, arms. Right about, face. Order, arms. In place, rest. Shoulder, arms. Break ranks, march.
And now here's Township Arts Coordinator Dolly Vasta with an announcement of a special event coming up this weekend.
Hi, I'm Dolly Vasta for This Week in East Brunswick, and I'm just taking a couple minutes to remind all of you out there not to forget this Sunday evening, July 22nd, 7 o'clock p.m., right here at the gazebo on the Municipal Building grounds. Great concert we have going for you. It's the Opera Theater of New Jersey doing an evening of Rodgers and Hammerstein. So don't forget, bring the family, lawn chairs or blankets, and come on out and join us. Admission is free. If for some reason, and we'll all cross our fingers, there is no rain, that it does rain that evening, it will be canceled till July 29th. Don't forget, I'll see you this Sunday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Take care.
The New Jersey Office on Recycling is lending a hand in East Brunswick's fledgling recycling program. Wednesday, Ann Shields of the office presented Mayor Fox and Ed Joplanowski, recycling coordinator, with several signs to be posted at our recycling depots. One of the themes of the state drive, The Magic is Recycling Pays, was emphasized by a magician, Mr. R.E. Cycling, who performed some magic of his own. Also on hand to receive signs were representatives from South Brunswick. Here's Ann Shields of the State Office of Recycling.
What we'd like to do here today is present signs for the recycling centers for South Brunswick and for East Brunswick. We have done these with some of the towns throughout New Jersey who applied to us for such signs. And this is an effort to standardize recycling and make it become a way of life in each township and a way of recognizing recycling as a standard practice in New Jersey. So this is the first of the signs to be presented. We're really proud to be able to do this in East Brunswick and South Brunswick today. And I think maybe the coordinators or the mayors of the two respective towns might like to give a little bit of input on what their program is all about.
Well, we're very happy to have the sign. We will be starting the end of this month voluntary recycling of newspapers with municipal collection. And we hope that everybody will participate in that program. And for those who don't take advantage of the pickup, the signs will direct them to the right place to get rid of either the newspapers or other materials that we're not picking up at this time. So that it's good to have these signs, it's good to have the help of the state. It's good to be here with South Brunswick because I think it's very important that recycling catch on all over our state. And I hope that we can do it without having to impose a lot of statewide regulations, and the municipalities will get into it and thereby avoid the need to have some big program.
And basically these signs will be directing people to the Route 18 Indoor Market Recycling Center on Route 18 in the front parking lot. It exists there already. These are just to aid people in getting to the centers. And basically we're on the curbside newspaper program. We're trying to achieve a number of goals. One is to reduce disposal costs in the long run, which are escalating now tremendously, and also to take advantage of the New Jersey State tonnage grants. A couple of the main reasons for curbside newspaper recycling, and I hope everyone participates in the program. It starts later this month, July 25, 26, 27, and bundle-to-bag newspapers can be put out on your curb on your regular trash collection day next week, either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Calendars are mailed out to all residents. Also, recycling calendars are available at all municipal offices or from my office in the Parks Department building on Dunham's Corner Road. And I can be reached at 390-6983.
How do you do? I'm Special Officer Mike Mansfield, East Brunswick Animal Control. This is going to be the first in a few programs that we're going to present to you about animals and their care and choosing of the proper pet for your environment. Today we're going to talk about different type of pets and maybe mention a little bit about the type of environment they need. First, I must tell you that pet ownership is a responsibility. It's not a privilege. And I would tell you that when you have a pet or any pet you choose to have, give them the kind of life that you would want to live if you were in his place. One of the first animals I have to show you here is a little, wait a minute, a little puppy. Everybody loves a little puppy. But at some point in time, all little puppies grow up. This particular little puppy is up for adoption at our shelter, and this is a small breed dog. Many times a small breed dog will work in a home much better than the large dogs. And when you choose a puppy, you think about whether they're going to shed. You should always see what the dog was bred for. Go to your local library and see what the dogs are bred for. Different dogs serve different purposes in the field, hunting dogs and retriever dogs, and they may not suit the environment you're going to offer him. In later programs, we'll get into that more. Another type of pet you might want would be a cat. Many people dislike cats, especially black cats. This is also a nice little kitten that's up for adoption at our shelter. Cats make very good pets. The only problem with cats is their owners. When they let them run at large and cause destruction to wildlife and damage other people's property, people vent out their frustrations on the animal because they can't vent it out on the cat owner. Any pet you adopt, you should assume all responsibilities and not become a nuisance to your neighborhood. Now, some people are more interested in exotic pets. Things like gerbils, hamsters, guinea pigs, rabbits. Rabbits and guinea pigs. Rabbits you can keep outside in your backyard. If you provide them with a nice shelter, you won't be drawing rats or anything. You can provide them with a nice shelter, and children who are allergic to animals would do quite well even with rabbits out in the open because the allergies tend to dissipate. Whenever you choose an exotic pet, make sure you're going to keep it for the rest of its life. Here we have something. These are called Egyptian porcupine mice. There's a few of them here. And they were somebody's pet, but now they now belong to me. When you pick out an animal, a hamster, a gerbil, or anything, make sure you plan on keeping the rest of your life. It shouldn't be a toy that that the children play with for 6 weeks or 6 months and tire of, and then you just dispose of it. All exotic animals, all pets need different type of environments and different type of food. The last animal I'll show you real quick today. Many people choose this as a pet, but they find that feeding it becomes a discomfort for them. Excuse me while I open the bag up, and you'll understand why it's in the bag as soon as I open it up. In this case, we have a boa constrictor. This is somebody's pet. They catch snakes. Most people are very afraid of snakes, but they can make them a nice pet, and they're very interesting. But in most cases, they must eat live food. If you're going to see a cute little snake in the pet shop that you feed crickets to, we'll realize it will grow, and at some point in time, will be eating large live animals. And you may find that be a discomfort, and then you'll be looking for a place to get rid of your snake. That's why all the zoos and pet shops are all filled with all these different animals, and there's no longer any room for them. On our next show, we'll talk a little bit about puppies and kittens and how to choose the proper dog. I'd like to remind you that pet ownership is a responsibility and not a privilege. Give your pet the kind of home you would want him to give you. If you have any questions, you can reach Animal Control at 390-6960. Thank you.
Now a word about the library's summer reading program.
Hello, I am Carol Phillips for This Week in East Brunswick. As you may know, the Children's Department at the library sponsors a reading club each summer for readers and pre-readers. This summer, the theme is Go for the Gold, and I am expecting to meet up with the club's 2 mascots any minute now. Why, yes, I think here they come.
I'm winning the race!
Oh, please.
I won!
Welcome to Channel 8, East Eagle and Brunswick Beagle. I hear you are leading the children of East Brunswick in their reading this summer, and I know you're conducting a race, but where is this race being held?
It's in the Children's Department of the East Brunswick Public Library.
Okay, and which team, of your 2 teams, which team is ahead?
Well, right now we're tied.
But I'll be ahead pretty soon, Beagle.
No, I'm going to beat you.
I don't think so.
Well, now exactly how many members do you have on your teams?
I have about 474 on my team.
Yeah, well, I have about 485.
Well, what kind of support are you getting from your teammates to lead you ahead in this race?
They're reading a lot of nonfiction books on my team.
And they're reading a lot of fiction books on my team.
I see. Well, tell me, other than reading, East Eagle, what do you think your best sport is?
Well, I'm very good in flying. Would you like to see? I can
sure.
fly away really fast. I can beat anybody in any race because I'm really good.
I could beat you at boxing.
Oh, I don't
see
think
you're
so.
a good
Let's
flyer.
try.
All
You
right,
ready?
come on, let's go, Beagle.
Excuse me, well, maybe we don't have to box right here anyway.
The winner.
Well, we haven't won yet. I don't
All right,
think
get
the
up
game
and
is
keep
over
playing
yet.
your game.
Have you had any major setbacks, Brunswick Beagle?
Oh, I have had a few, but I've gotten past them, and now we're tied again.
And what about you, East Eagle?
Well, I did get a bloody nose at one point and had to go back 1 space.
Why did you get the bloody nose?
Well, maybe you are better at boxing than I am.
Well, maybe. Now, I know that you are moving along the game board in the children's department, but how is it that you actually do move ahead?
Well, each square on the game board represents a certain amount of books that have to be read by the club members. And of course, the more books that members on my team read, the faster I'll get to the finish line and I'll be the winner.
Well, the way it really works is that whenever kids read books, whether they're library books or books at home, they can come and write them down on their chart and they get 1 point for every book. And then, of course, if they're on my team gets the points. And for every 50 points, I get to move another space in the game.
Oh, I see. Now, I hear that you 2 also visited all the schools in East Brunswick before schools were out. How did the children respond to your visit?
Oh, they really loved me. They cheered me on.
They loved me better, of course.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
No.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure
No.
it's hard to tell. But tell me, how are you planning on celebrating at the end of your Olympic Games?
We're going to have a great big fair on September the 9th at the library.
It's going to be a carnival with games and raffles and prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I see. But
Really will be.
Now tell me, for the toughest question, who do you think is going to win this race?
Me, of course.
I'm going to win.
I'm going to be the winner.
No doubt about it.
You know,
I'm going to win.
I'm the greatest.
So if your children haven't already joined the reading club, go to the children's department at the library and go for the gold with East Eagle or Brunswick Beagle. For This Week in East Brunswick, this is Carol Phillips.
Following the untimely death of Arthur Gatarz in June of 1982, over $2,200 was given to his memorial fund. His mother suggested that the money be used to support the work he loved. Art worked here in the Channel 8 studio. Since then, studio director Kevin O'Rourke has supervised the expenditure of the funds, most of which has gone to set materials and studio supplies. We extend our sincere thanks to all those who gave to honor Art's memory. We thank Art for his vision, dedication, and friendship.
Hello, and welcome to Consumer Aware. I'm Adrienne Eisner of the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. Very often, when you purchase a major home appliance, such as a refrigerator, washer, or dryer, you give a great deal of thought as to which appliance you want to purchase, but not very much thought as to what steps should be taken after the purchase. First of all, try all the features on your new appliance within a few weeks after installation. Don't wait until the warranty has expired to try features which you do not use very often. If you find a defect later, it might not be covered. Use your appliance exactly as the manufacturer directs. Read the instruction manual carefully before using your new appliance. Refer to the manual frequently. Always ask for receipts whenever and wherever you have your appliance serviced. This is your record of problems experienced. Keep in one place all warranties, use and care booklets, and purchase and service receipts. Warranties are based on time, not usage, and the warranty clock starts ticking immediately after purchase. This goes for seasonal products, such as air conditioners and appliances that are utilized in vacation homes. If you experience a problem with a major appliance, be sure to read the use and care booklet. Check the plug, fuses, pilots, and controls. Consumers frequently skip these necessary steps. Next, call your local dealer or authorized service center for your particular brand of appliance. You can contact the manufacturer of the appliance if you have not been satisfied by the service agency. And if the problem is still not resolved, you can contact MACAP. MACAP is the Major Appliance Consumer Action Panel, a complaint board provided by the home appliance industry for disgruntled consumers. If you would like any further information about contacting MACAP, please call us at the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. Our telephone number is 390-6954. Our office is located in the municipal building, and we're open Monday through Friday. Thank you for joining me on Consumer Aware. Hope you will join us again next time.
That's all for this week. Thanks for watching.
Right shoulder shift, arms. Shoulder, arms. Support, arms. Shoulder, arms. Corner, arms. Ground, arms. Recover, arms. Shoulder, arms. Right about, face. Up to the ready.